welcome to another episode of Spring Fever. As always, it's me, XFL.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the XFL!
No Uncle Rico today. I'm flying solo. We're breaking down Week 10 of the UFL. I'm going over, of course, what happened in Week 9. There's some things going on, some expansion talk, some potential for some company that may or may not distribute alcohol to buy a team in either the UFL or one of the arena leagues. So there's a lot going on in the news. We're savoring the moment, but before we savor anything, you need to savor Royal God. Royal Retros is the place to go for your favorite merch. From the UFL to the CFL to the AM1, Royal Retros has it all. Tampa Bay Bandits, they have it. Memphis Showboats, either the 80s or now, they have it. Go to Royal Retros, get a hoodie, get a hat, get whatever. It's the best merch in the game. Make sure you use promo code SPRINGFEVER, all one word, all caps, for 10% off. I'm talking 10%, people. Do it. Do it. Go to Royal Retros, get that stuff. Tell them Jim sent you. Tell them Eric sent you. We love you. It'll make you a better person. Once again, all one word, all caps, for 10% off at checkout. This is Royal fucking Retros, people. Woo! Woo! We got Justin Paul Sports. We got NASCAR in the chat. What is up, everybody? How's everyone doing? It's been a great week. It's a good time to be alive. We have a lot to break down. First off, we are going to take a look back. We're going to kind of roll back here, go back in time to Week 9. Shout out Clyde on the YouTube. Week 9 was a chaotic week. It was a week that we didn't really know a lot going into the games. We saw 12 different quarterbacks take a snap in Week 9. So, specifically with the DraftKings, that kind of like showed to our point where didn't really know exactly what to expect. But Week 9 popped off with the Battlehawks decimating the San Antonio Brahmas 39-13. It was never really a game. The Battlehawks could do literally anything they wanted. This Brahmas defense and the downturn they have had this season, and I get that they lost a lot of players, and I get that Wade Phillips is not coaching. To go from first place to worst place is absolutely insane. And for St. Louis, the big takeaway for me, and for a lot of people out there, is it going to be Max Duggan and Brandon Silvers? It's going to be Max Duggan. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Max Duggan, it is his team. He is a winner. He's got that dog in him. But Brandon Silvers looked real clean out there throwing the ball. Clyde coming in already. I heard Tom Brady's going to own a team. There are rumors. There are rumors out there that Mr. Tom Brady's looking for a team. He's always looking for ownership stake in something. I wonder. He likes the Raiders. Maybe he's going to be in Oakland. Maybe maybe that alludes to a team in Tampa. Maybe we revive a historically beloved Tampa team whose colors may be green and yellow that we know the UFL definitely has the rights for. I would love the Tampa Bay Vipers to come back. I would absolutely love for the Tampa Bay Vipers to come back. I wouldn't even care. I hate Tom Brady as just a personal stake, as a personal lifestyle, but I would love him. I would go 180 on Tom Brady if he bought a UFL team and reinstated and revived the Tampa Bay Vipers. I would be about that. I would love every second of it. Back to Week 9, though. Renegades Showboats. Very fun game. Score maybe a little deceiving. Renegades win this one 30-12. It was Showboats kept it close in the middle, but they just couldn't get anything going out of quarterback play. They really, offensively, they were lacking. EJ Perry didn't look great. Dresser Wynn didn't look great in relief. There's offense in general for the Showboats. Not happening. Not happening this game. Meanwhile, Renegades throwing it, doing their thing, killing themselves with penalties like they do every week, but against a team like the Showboats, you know what? That's okay. And we had a fake damn punt. I love shit like that. I love fake punts. I love great special teams play. The Renegades bring that. Marquette King brings that. And we got a Holt Naylor's touchdown, too. Just, mwah. This game was a very fun one. It was a beautiful blowout. Like, 30-12, 18-point game. But it was like a blowout that's very, very entertaining to watch, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain. And then, of course, the classic matchup of the Panthers versus the Stallions. The preview, so to speak, of the USFL Conference Championship here in a couple weeks. Panthers lose, again, like they always do. 22-26. The story of the game, of course, Jamar Smith, dog. Birmingham was just torching Michigan on third downs. 11 for 13 on third downs. Absolutely devastating. Like, just as if you're a defense, just mentally, emotionally devastating to have your opponent go 11 for 13. And a lot of these, by the way, were like 3rd and 11, 3rd and 18, 3rd and 20. Like, these were not gimme third downs. These were like long, very extended plays. And the game, as it progressed, obviously you like Birmingham a lot more. They came out a little bit flat, but this team just doesn't quit. The defense is fiery, and I think Skip Holtz is doing some of the best coaching I have ever seen in a spring football league. He's coaching his ass off right now. Skip Holtz is coaching his ass off right now. And the Birmingham Stallions, maybe right now, heating up and at their most dangerous in time for the playoffs. Michigan, Danny Etling once again looked good. The DBs, the defensive backs for Michigan are going to kill this team. Their pass defense, especially like their deep ball pass defense, this is going to be what does the team in. Because if they get Bryce Perkins back, their offense will click. They'll be fine on offense. Who cares? They're fine on offense right now. But the defense just lets up big plays like crazy. And guess what? Birmingham's going to take advantage of that all day. Jamar, that's his MO. DC will take advantage of that because Jordan Tomu can sling that ball right now. He's doing pretty good, although I'll talk about DC here in a second. St. Louis? I don't know, but I want to see it. The only thing with, again, I got one more game to break down, but it's nice to see that each playoff team has like a distinct weakness. And then, of course, defenders lose 21-24 against the Roughnecks. Shout out the Roughnecks, getting it done. I do want to just kind of state the end of this game for both teams. Some of the worst play calling, decision-making, and clock management I have ever seen. DC loses with 456 yards of offense. Again, almost all of that through the air. They still have issues running the ball. And their defense is absolutely atrocious. But guess what? You have 2 turnovers. Boom. Boom. I also had Houston +4. Attaboy, Justin Paul Sports. Attaboy. But the DC defenders, man. I understand pulling Tomu. I understand it. Delulu looked fine. And we've seen this from DC. We've seen like late season slumps. It's very reminiscent. DC's whole vibe, whole season right now, to me, is very, very reminiscent of their 2023 run, where they were absolutely dominant. They were cooking. They were doing everything. And the last couple weeks of the regular season, they limp into the playoffs. They do pretty decent in their opening game, and then get absolutely embarrassed in the championship game against Arlington. I'm seeing some similarities. I don't want to raise any red flags yet. I want to see how they look, obviously, this coming week, but I want to see a little bit of energy and momentum to the Defenders. Now, taking a look at each team, each playoff team, I should say, there are specific weaknesses that they are very evident in my mind. For Birmingham and Michigan, they're very similar. I think the defensive backfields are their weakness. I think that's how you beat these teams. You are able to pass like crazy on both of them. DC, lack of a run game. Birmingham also, to some extent, has a lack of a run game at the moment. But DC, lack of a run game, and your defense as a whole. St. Louis, I think all around, maybe the most like well-rounded team. Their defense is the best defense remaining. Their run game is easily the best remaining. But as long as Max Duggan is your quarterback, and I love Max Duggan, the passing game is going to be a weakness. So I feel like the best matchup for a championship game right now would be DC Birmingham. I think that would be extremely fun. I think that'd be exhilarating, and I have no idea who's going to win. Honestly, out of all four of these teams, I have no idea who's going to win. If you look at the futures right now, it's Battlehawks plus 205, Panthers plus 215, Stallions plus 270, Defenders plus 450. Honestly, you know what? Fuck it. Value on the Defenders. I am not a financial advisor. Value on the Defenders. Value. We have great matchups here, but there's a little bit of other things I want to talk about first. Namely, there's some expansion whispers of expansion in the air. So the UFL did some trademark stuff. They got a couple names back from the old USFL. I don't know if you should read too much into that. I think we're going to get a lot more expansion talk. Probably, I'm hoping, I'm not going to try and assume too much, but I'm hoping like right when the league's done, we go right into expansion talk. And I am worried and anti-hopeful that they move teams. I am worried that they might try and relocate a couple franchises. That's what people are talking about right now. Relocating teams like the Houston Roughnecks or the Memphis Showboats. I don't know if it seems a little preemptive right now to me when the league has it. Right now, it's kind of the league being like, oh, we tried nothing and we're out of ideas. Let's just move these markets. That would be, oh, now we get 10 teams. So they add 2, move 2. Wouldn't love that. The 2 that I would really love to see added, obviously everyone and their mother wants the Seattle Sea Dragons back. I'm no different. That team is a staple. They have a very passionate fan base, and I love them. Their colors are great. It's not as much of the red as what we're getting with a lot of these spring leagues. They have the orange, the green. It's chef's kiss. I do worry, though, that, like, oh, if we go an East Coast team, we don't want to put Seattle all on an island by themselves. I would worry about that for them as an expansion option. It'd be cool to get, like, New Orleans, Seattle. It'd be cool to get Seattle, Oakland. Oakland would be sick. But who knows? I'm going to be doing a whole video later after the season ranking and going through all of the cities I have been given for a potential UFL expansion team. Joseph Paul Sports, we need a team in Phoenix. I'm greedy. Give us the old USFL Outlaws or Wranglers. Dude, Phoenix would be awesome. I remember the AAF days. Phoenix was a good market for the AAF, if I remember right. That's so long ago now. The fact that the AAF was 2018? When was the AAF season? It was 2018, wasn't it? Yeah. Arizona. I remember the Hot Shots. 2019. Oh, yeah, because I had to wait a whole year for the XFL. God. 6 years ago. Wild. But there's expansion talk in the air. And then just today, Garage Beers said that they have now purchased a football team. They may or may not have purchased a football team, huh? Huh? Well, let me see. The exact post. Garage Beer enters final stages of acquiring ownership in professional football organization. Garage Beer, the crisp and uncomplicated lager proudly co-owned by Jason and Travis Kelsey, is thrilled to announce that it is in the very advanced stages of acquiring a significant ownership stake in a professional football team. While we can't share the team name, city, league, mascot, or parking situation just yet, we can say that it involves football. The real kind, with helmets, touchdowns, tailgates, and of course, ice-cold beers. This bold, somewhat mysterious move aligns perfectly with Garage Beer's identity, deeply rooted in football culture. Loved by fans who prefer their beer cold, and their Sundays and Mondays and Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays, filled with gridiron action. With Jason and Travis Kelsey at the helm, two guys who know a thing or two about football and a whole lot about beer, this move just makes sense. All we can say for now is this. This is big, like 4th and goal with the game on the line big, says a Garage Beer spokesperson who may or may not know more than they're allowed to reveal. More details, like what team it is, where it plays, how many Garage Beers will be in the stadium fridge, will be shared in the coming few days. Probably, maybe, definitely. Exactly. Kelsey brothers, who are like partial owners of Garage Beer, they are in the final stage of owning a football team. So the only hint, the little hint in this sort of press release, we'll call it, is Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays. I'm trying to think of a league that plays Sunday, Monday, and Thursdays. I'm assuming it's probably going to be an arena team. That seems to be all the rage, like John Gruden getting involved with the Nashville Cats. I'm going to assume it's probably an arena football team, either in the AF1 or the IFL. I mean, it'd be sick. It would be awesome if it was a UFL team to get like real sponsorships for them right now. I just feel like you think it's partial ownership of an NFL team. Because I'm seeing it right. It's like significant ownership stake. How much is Garage Beer worth? I don't think they could afford an NFL team. How much is the company worth? Well, no. I mean, no. 1%. But they did say, I mean, that they would be liars in my mind if it was 1%. Because it does say significant ownership stake. So, I mean, I guess you could call 1% significant. I don't know. I've had Garage Beer. It's fine. It's good. If it is a UFL team, I'll be a Garage Beer guy. I know, right? Thursday, Sunday, Monday, that's NFL. I agree. It's probably an NFL team. It could be an arena team just because, like, hey, I've seen like with the John Gruden stuff, maybe maybe people are getting involved in these arena leagues. It's incredibly like not expensive compared to other football leagues to own an arena team, comparatively. But it's probably, I mean, it very well could be just like a little percentage stake in like the Chiefs or something like that. Who knows? I hope not. I really hope it's a UFL team. I think that'd be fun. It'd be great stuff for the league. And, maybe we'll hear more later this week or next week. It's not for every... Justin Paul says he personally doesn't like arena football. Not for everybody. Very understandable. It is not for everybody. It might be drastically the most different vibe from, like, if you're saying NFL college football is like quote unquote normal football, arena football might be some of the furthest, might be the furthest away from that. Shout out Cool Kev in the chat, by the way. But either way, I love it. I don't watch it nearly as much as I should, and that's on me. I'll take responsibility for that. There's just so much football sometimes going on in my life. And I dedicate so much to the UFL, and then now, in like literally next week, we have Canadian football to talk about. So it's just, I don't want to stretch myself too thin. That's my whole thing with that. Speaking of stretching, speaking of thin, we have some matchups to break down. For week 10 of the UFL, it's the final week of the regular season. This is the last time you will see 4 of these teams at the very earliest until 2026. Maybe a couple of these teams, this will be the last time you see them ever. So just hold on, embrace it, and live in the moment. Friday, 7 p.m., Battlehawks, Defenders, preview of next week's XFL championship game. In D.C. This one's in D.C., the other one's in St. Louis. St. Louis is a 1.5-point road favorite against the Defenders. A total set at 42.5, plus 100 on the money line. Listen, it's all about backup trust. I would not be surprised to see St. Louis play even 3 quarterbacks in this one. Maybe Brandon Silvers gets a majority of the play just because he's kind of brought in a little bit late and he needs to still learn the playbook to an extent. But my whole thought, St. Louis is going to trot out Max Duggan early on in the half, get him some play, probably at least the first quarter, get him comfortable. And then they're going to put in Silvers, Cordero, whoever. They might both get chances. I wouldn't be surprised if Duggan even plays like the full first half. For the Defenders, again, same with Tamu. Wouldn't be surprised if he plays whole first half, or at the very least the first quarter, then you see Delulu in there again. A big criticism that a lot of people had live during the Defenders game was the fact that why are they risking all there were so many chances where like Tamu or DeLillo were just like putting up their receivers in positions to get injured, and that's the last thing you want to see. I think both teams kind of play it a little bit loose, play it fun, but also every time the Battlehawks and Defenders go at it, it's a fucking bloodbath. There is some legit bad blood. I remember 2023, the fights that were happening during this matchup. And I, for one, am excited to see it again. And I think St. Louis might be undefeated in week 10s. 1.5. I'm a degenerate. I'm going to pick every game. I'm going to go over 42.5 in this game. I'm also going to go St. Louis minus 1.5. I just trust their backups way more. Saturday, 2 p.m. Central Time, Roughnecks versus Panthers. Houston versus Michigan. The Panthers are 6-point favorites here. Over under 43.5 plus 240 on the money line for the Roughnecks. This is a time where I would love to fade the Roughnecks, but I still don't know what to expect out of the Panthers. I'm, again, going to go over 43.5 in this game. And you know what? I will take the Panthers here. Call me a square. I don't care. I'm going to take the Panthers. I want to fade the Roughnecks right now. Panthers coming off of a loss that still stings. Like, anytime they still haven't beaten the Stallions, so every loss to the Stallions stings. And Roughnecks coming off of a very nice win. They're kind of feeling themselves. Sports Facts, where's Eric? Eric had some emergency stuff going on. Old Uncle Rico couldn't make it tonight, so Jim's flying solo. But I like the Panthers minus 6. Sunday doubleheader, 11 a.m. Renegades, Brahmas. The Arlington Renegades are 5.5-point road favorites in San Antonio, over under 41.5, plus 190 on the money line. And you know what I'm doing? I'm going to hit the over again. I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to take Renegades. I'm going to take Arlington here. San Antonio is like one of the worst teams I have ever seen in any spring football league whatsoever. It's an embarrassment watching them trot out on the field like week after week after week. It's disgusting. And I, for one, I'm just going to sit back, put this game on, and just enjoy the moment. This might be Luis Perez's last game. I've been following this guy for a while, and I love him. So I'm gonna be there for every moment of this one. And then 2 p.m. Sunday, Stallion Showboats, baby. The Stallions are 6.5-point favorites over the Showboats. Over under 38.5 plus 250 on the money line. The Showboats handed the Stallions a loss early on the season. If you remember, a nice little OT loss. And I don't know about you. But maybe going into week 10, they're kind of feeling it. There's something in the air. No, there's not. I don't know what to do with this one whatsoever. I kind of want to go Showboats plus the 6.5. I kind of do. I don't know, man. That's just how I feel. So once again, we're just going spreads. I'm going to go Battlehawks minus 1.5, Panthers minus 6, Renegades minus 5.5, Showboats plus 6.5. Those are my picks. I don't care. We're not doing a DFS lineup because Eric's not here, and I only trust Uncle Rico with that shit. I love you guys. Go to Royal Retros. Do it. Do it. Do it. Go to Royal Retros right now. Promo code SpringFever. All one word. All caps. 10%. Love you guys. See you next time for another postseason edition of Spring Fever. Kisses.